Hello, new song. This is Miss Louise coming back at you with another good story for tonight. Sorry I'm so late coming in. I had to get out today before I couldn't get back out. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about our story. As you can see, I wrote some words up on the whiteboard. And I wrote these words because the story that I'm going to read to you tonight is about something that comes out in the spring a lot. It makes sounds. It lives in a pond. And I wonder what I could be talking about. Let's read the words. Leap, frog, over, back, home, to, me. Now the reason why I put these words up is because sometimes when you read a text, you will see that words are repeated over and over and over again. In this text tonight, these are some of the words that are going to be repeated. We call that repetition. Sometimes the author likes to write stories that will help you to recognize words, to remember the story, to help you to predict what's going to happen next. And sometimes the words or the story even sounds like a song or a poem because it's so much repeated. And you're anticipating to see what's going to happen next. So while I read to you tonight, I want you to listen as these words are repeated over and over and over again. Okay? All right, now let's go to the story. Here we go. The title of our text tonight is Leap Back Home to Me. It was written by Loren Thomas and illustrated by Matthew Cordell. Okay? And when we look at the cover, always look at the cover whenever you read. I noticed that I see two frogs on here, and they're embracing each other or hugging each other. That could be a mommy frog with the baby frog, or it could be a daddy frog with a baby frog. But we know that it's a relative. Could be grandma. We're not sure. But we know that it's someone that really cares a lot about the little baby, and they care about each other. We also notice that they're outside because they're sitting on a lily pad. And this is probably the water, and we see some daisies. So, of course, if the flowers are out, it's either spring or it's summer, right? Could be, I would say spring and summer. So let's see what this story is about. Leap back home to me. Remember, these words are going to be repeated. You're going to hear them over and over again. Okay? Let's see. Picture clues. Oh, what is that? I see grass. I see a ladybug. It says, leapfrog over the ladybug. Leapfrog over the bee. What does the word leap mean? It means to jump. So we know that frogs love to hop. So that's what he's doing. Look. So he leaped over the ladybug and he leaped over the bee. Let's see. What do you think he's going to leap over next? Leapfrog over the tickly clover. What is a clover? Look. It's a plant. Usually we look for 3-leaf clovers or 4-leaf clovers around St. Patrick's Day. And look at him leap. Wow. And when he leaps, it goes plip, almost like flip. Repeated words. Here we go. Then leap back home to me. Who is he leaping back home to? We're going to say this is mommy, but it could be daddy, but she looks like she's excited about him leaping back home. Leapfrog over the daisies. Ooh, I love daisies. Leapfrog over the creek. What is a creek? Let's see. It's a body of water. So where do you think he's going next? Leapfrog over the splashing beavers. Look at the beavers splashing in the water. You know what beavers do? They build dams so that things won't flood. They're very smart. They love wood. They love trees. And look, when he leaped over the beavers, he said, sprung, with an exclamation point. Never, don't forget, never forget to read your punctuation marks. Look at his face. Sprung. Oh, wow, the beavers are looking and they look happy. They look like they're having fun watching him leap. Then leap back home to me. And what does Mommy Frog have waiting? Crayon. So they're going to do what together? Probably draw. You see the repeated words? Leap, frog, over, back, home, to me. And look at him on this picture. It looks like he's ready to fly. Let's see. Leapfrog over the owl's nest. Leapfrog over the trees. Look at the baby owl. He's looking like, what are you doing? You know, owls really come out at night. They're really nocturnal animals. But he's in the trees, just looking around. Okay, do you think he's going back home? Let's see. Leapfrog over the rocky hilltops. Look at him. And when he leaped over the hilltops, he said, wee! See how they stretch those long E's out? Wee! Who lives on the hilltops? Let's see. That looks like an antelope. Or a deer. Yeah. They love to climb up the rocky hills. Look at his face. He really stretched out, didn't he? Oh, wow. Let's see. He looked like he blew up. What's next? Then leap back home to me. So he's leaping back home to Mother. And I wonder what she has in store for him now. What does she have in store for him? Frog time story. So she's going to read him a story. This could be a bedtime story for you. I'm reading to you. Leapfrog over the mountains. Look at the mountains. These are called, when you go to the top of a mountain, it's called a peak. And usually at the top of the mountain, you see snow. Because the higher you go up, the atmosphere changes and it gets cold. So that's why you see white on top of these mountains. But look, he even is climbing and leaping over a rainbow. And it says, leapfrog over the sea. Oh, wow. He's really leaping. He's really jumping. But you see the repeated language, the repeated words? Over and over again. Leapfrog over the roaming clouds. Roaming clouds. So that means they're moving. They're roaming. And when he leaps over those roaming clouds, they say, whoosh! Exclamation point. Whoosh! Let's predict here. You think he's going to leap home now? So he's leaping over the roaming clouds. And then leapfrog back to me. And what does Mommy have in store for him now? It's dinner time. Time to eat. Oh, leapfrog over the sun. Look at the birds. So I guess he's way up in the sky, leaping over the sun. Leapfrog as high as you please. Who do you think's telling him to leap all this time? Leapfrog out to the furthest stars. So that means he goes way up high. And when he goes up that high, it's like a rocket. And when he says that, he goes zoom. You see how those O's are stretched out? Zoom. Exclamation point. Let's say it again. Zoom. Now where is he going? When you leap home, here I'll be. Who's going to be there? Mommy. Or Daddy. Or Grandma. Someone that loves you very much. The end. Did you see the repeated words? Put them up again. I said these words over and over again. Leap, frog, over, back, home, to, me. So remember, sometimes when you read a text, you're going to have some repetition or repeated words. But for now, my story is over for today. And remember, I'll be so happy when you leap back home to new song. So I'll see you tomorrow. I won't see you tomorrow, but I will talk to you tomorrow when I read you a story. Have a great night and stay healthy. Don't forget to wash your hands. Bye-bye.